Ubah senyabahalang dhar sembut Menteri Rangba ke Jela ubadai kemi Ikatan Urban Affairs ke Sarkar Jela haba jubab haka kenta keli jingkeli haka sengi ke bapra jong ke dorbar mang tingka hapok ke ying dorbar tauan ke Jela haka khatwai terik ulubayar arajar arpusan ula pentip baki don sunspa shipau Tylli ki self-help group ha ki Jaka sor. Daga bapentip bagi ni ki SHG ki Treikam lingba ke jingkershan ke urban Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana National Urban Livelihood Mission dan ni ke D0 ubar senyap halang ula pentip basau puai Tylli ki SHG ki day ki bem Treikam. Shushu ula ongru baka song pisa ka ba shipo hajar tingka la ai kum ke startup fund bat khamadin pat ula ong baka day arfusan hajar tingka. Naga jingbum shai ke juba uba adelbert nongrum MLA ke Voice of the People Party na North Shillong constituency. Ula ong ba yano an ngaj pada hagani ke por Menteri Rangba ke Jelau Konrad Konggel Sangma ula yang ban yarap juba yo sembut Menteri Rangba haga ba ula ong baki self-help group ki telun lingba ki senjam Treikam jong ke Sarkar India kata lingba ke National Urban Livelihood Mission but ke National Rural Livelihood Mission.
Mr. Speaker, sir. Reply to star question number 74. A. Sir, since 2014, 510 SHG have been formed and registered in the urban areas of Meghalaya under the Deen Dayal Atiar Yojana, National Urban Livelihood Missions, the NULMs. B. Sir, 41 SHG are non-functional. C. Sir, an amount of 10,000 is provided as a start-up fund in the form of revolving funds as per SHG under the day NULM.
Yeah, your supplementary.
Yes. Very thank you to you, Mr. Speaker, sir. I would like to know my supplementary to the reply B. May I know what is the reason, in spite of this crisis of unemployment, why this figure 41, a 41 group, self-help group, are non-functional? May I know the reason, sir?
Mr. Speaker, sir, the reason is that because they are inactive due to the inactiveness of the groups, in basic groups, and we from department, we are still making awareness for them, request them to reactivate again. So presently they are not active, so we are requesting them to make it active again. It's because of their reason, not from the government side.
So the second supplementary, may I know from Honorable Minister through you, Mr. Speaker, sir, whether this amount sanctioned in the urban self-help group is the same with the rural self-help group?
Mr. Speaker, sir, it's not the same. In urban, we give 10,000 rupees. So this rural is not pertaining to urban, so, but it's not the same. It seems maybe 2,500 or something for the rural. So I'm not very sure. Because deal with the CNRD department. But for urban, it's 10,000 as a startup funds, revolving funds. And for rural, it seems 2,500 something, more or less.
Mr. Speaker, sir, as per my knowledge, why there is a disparity between these two in the same state, although we belong? As per information, just to share in this August house, compare the rural area self-help group. Startup rupees 2,500, revolving fund rupees 10,000. And number 3, CIF means Community Investment Fund, that is 1,10,000. So whereas comparing with the urban self-help group, they are getting only 10,000. I will not accept what Honorable Deputy Chief Minister mentioned, that it is not the fault from the government, it is the fault from the SHG group. May I get a clarification?
Mr. Speaker, I'm happy to inform the Honourable Member. Yes, it's a fact 10,000 is too less, but we had proposed enhancement to the government only, and in fact they are approved now from 10,000, they are enhanced to 25,000 from this 2024. So no more 10,000 now, it's increased to 25,000.
I don't know whether to accept or not, because because what the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister had make a stand verbally that they will be increasing another 25,000. But in this reply, paper, so it appears here 10,000. To whom to? Which one to take?
Mr. Speaker, sir, yeah, it's very simple, actually. There's not much complication. Sir, both the NULM as well as the NRLM are central schemes. These schemes are not state government schemes. It's the same amount that is given throughout the country. So the amount of 10,000 was decided by Government of India. And similarly for NRLM also, the same amount which is being given in Meghalaya is what being given in the rest of the country. So number one fact is that it is not a Meghalaya government scheme, it's a central government scheme. So we are not deciding the amounts. Number two, as mentioned by Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, that since we all felt, not just Meghalaya, the whole country felt that the amount was too less, we have written to Government of India requesting, and the information has come to us that the enhancement is being done. So that is what it is. So we're waiting for the official sanction, but as of now we're receiving only 10,000, but we have been informed that it will now be increased to 25,000. So it's very simple, sir. There's no confusion in the facts.
Okay. Some more supplementary, Mr. Speaker, sir. As we know the fact that we have heard that the government have planned to estimate multi-dimensional poverty by empower women to become Lakhpatis, Didis, which I will quote our Honorable Chief Minister had mentioned this, which means a woman should earn minimum of rupees 1 lakh annually. Just a matter of 10,000. Do you think that they will come Lakhpatis? I don't believe. So, as what I'm reminding myself, that poverty is not that we cannot provide the poor, but it is because we cannot satisfy the rich. May I translate in Khasi? Kajing duk kamdei namar kajing bamla ban penbiang ya kibaduk. Henry kadei namar kajing bamla ban penhun ya kibaruspa. May I get clarification, sir?
Sir, since this is a question that is beyond the urban area, sir, we have basically the Lakhpati Didi program again is a program that has been promoted by the Honorable Prime Minister. And if you look at the rural areas where we have been really working very hard, we have been able to create thousands and thousands of Lakhpati Didis in the last 6 years. So it is actually happening. So it's not just for the sake of saying. I will give the exact numbers, sir. I don't have it right now with me, but I will share it maybe whenever I get an opportunity and when I get the information. But there are thousands, if not lakhs, of Lakhpati Didis as we speak. And we are going to have more of them, sir. So number two, just to give an idea to the honorable members, the process of organizing the self-help groups is slightly more easier in the rural areas, because in the rural areas a community-based kind of environment is available. In the urban areas, though they may be in a locality or they may be connected with each other, the urban areas are quite busy. And so the process of actually, at the end of the day, bringing them together and making them work together as a self-help group it's more difficult, I should say, sir. Therefore, the way with which the self-help group has gone up in the rural areas, we were not able to replicate it in the urban areas. Also because of the fact that the amount given by Government of India was too less. But having said that, sir, what is important, seeing the gap in the entire process, all the programs and schemes that have been adopted by Government of Meghalaya, for example, the food processing units that we've put up, they are run by these self-help groups. Whether it's a CM Elevate program, wherever they are applying, we are supporting them. Wherever from tourism, if homestays are there, through the self-help groups, we are supporting them. So whatever we get from Government of India is at one level, which is the norm throughout the country. Realizing that these amounts are not enough, we have now dovetailed it with the schemes of Government of Meghalaya, whether it's through tourism, whether through food processing, whether through CM Elevate, whether through Prime, and so on and so forth. And we are trying to ensure that we are able to create more and more opportunities. Are we satisfied? So we are not. There's so much more to be done. But I think we've made a great step ahead. And we will definitely explore more possibilities that in urban areas also, more and more women's self-help groups are promoted in the future.
Honorable
This will be your last question.
Speaker, sir. Let me remind the House that it is a crisis of unemployment. Our beloved youth are desperate and frustrated because of lack of an opportunity. No doubt, if we talk about government job, it is already saturated all across the country. And if we talk about the migration from rural to urban, it was huge. Why? There must be a reason. And I do hope the present government should do a proper homework so that we can uplift our state and avoid unnecessary problem arises be it in our educated youth, as we always instructed them, reminding them that do not satisfy just because you are obtain a degree. You are not supposed to be satisfied with a job, being a job seeker, but you must be a job provider or a job creator. So I would like to put a last supplementary to Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, through you, Mr. Speaker, sir, that whether the government of the day are mean business. Business mean serious, not other business. So I just like to know whether you really mean business to enhance this assistance to our beloved SHG. Because with this amount, 10,000, it will not be enough.
Mr. Speaker, sir, again, as I said, because the Honourable Member has talked about overall employment and things, so I take this opportunity to reply to this. So number one point, as mentioned by Honourable Deputy Chief Minister, within the scope of the NULM, which is a scheme by Government of India, the request to enhance it has been sent, and Government of India has given a favourable response. So we do expect that amount to go up. Number two, sir, the scope of supporting the SHGs is not limited only to NULM or NRLM, but we use this institutional network and setup that we have to be able to then give more schemes to them through the government schemes, like, as I said, CM Elevate or the food processing or mission mode programs. Because, as I said, self-help group system and structure is more of an institutional setup. And now we can funnel the resources and schemes through this system and do much more than what the original NRLM and NNUM is supposed to do. So that's number two, sir, that we will dovetail it. We are doing it. We will further dovetail to ensure that more and more of the schemes are then given through these different self-help groups. Third point, sir, yesterday I gave a very exhaustive reply, wherein about close to about 8 or 9 slides, and my entire presentation yesterday on the budget debate was based around unemployment. Realizing that unemployment is the key issue and the problem for the state, and for governments throughout the country, we have focused on job creation and reducing unemployment by different programs and policies which I had laid down and I explained yesterday in detail. And I also showed the numbers of how many jobs have been created in the last 3 to 4 years and how much we plan to create by ensuring that these activities are held. So, Honorable Member, once we can go through the presentation again and I can show him again the details, but it's question hour, so I will refrain myself. So we are seized of the problem. I just wanted to share that. My reply yesterday was focused on unemployment. Almost 50% of my time I spent on that. And I shared exactly how we are working on each sector to resolve this unemployment issue. And of course, the NULM project is again an important one. We will increase the amount. We have asked Government of India to do it. They have agreed to do it. We should be seeing the impact, but it is not enough. So we will dovetail it with other schemes to ensure that we are able to give more help to these different self-help groups.
Okay, Charles,
So may I know from the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, out of the functioning SHGs, what are the main areas of operation or what are the items that they take up? Activities.
So this SHG, the main objective that they are always that number one is that we know very well is the decades of products. And just like sometime when there is some exhibition, they used to show their products and our government is supporting them. And it's a sort of getting employment by empowering the women. And they are having some small group of which is just like the turmeric in Lakadong, and sometimes they make this, like in one of my condo, she does then pottery, all these things. These are the main duty of this, and different type of duties they are performing. So it's indirectly they create the employment, especially in the local level, especially to empower and to encourage the women in the local group. These are main functions, and there are so many, sir. If I mention, maybe it take lots of time, but there are different duties they are performing from there. It's based on the local needs. It's different from one place to the other place also, not uniform at all.
Bahiri Slong Kapran, please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Sir, looking at these figures, 41 SHGs are non-functional. May I know from the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister in charge of urban affairs whether there's any monitoring agency to monitor the performance of the SHGs?
Actually, Mr. Speaker, it's a self-monitoring is done by them only, like by the resource organizations and also community organizations between them. They are self-monitoring, and maybe they are inactive. Maybe that some area that's not active properly. So yes, we are from the government. We request them from time to time, please come forward, and we are trying to support from the government as per the guideline which has been stated, which has already replied.
So the amount given to the SHGs under NULM, as explained by Honorable Chief Minister, is the same amount given under NRLM, sir?
No, sir. NRLM is only 2,500, but it's from the rural part, not from urban. It's 2,500.
Dr. Mukul Sangma, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, may I know from the Honorable Deputy CM, in view of the reply to 74A, total of 510 SHGs have been formed since 2014. Seems to be very less it is for the whole urban area across the state, not only for Shillong. It includes all other urban areas. There is no shortcut. It is, we could comprehend the problems associated with this issue of bringing people together, to have agreed to have a common intent. It has been difficult, but we have tried in the preceding decades. You look at how we have overcome this challenge initially, because our people are not inherently entrepreneur in their to develop, promote entrepreneurship amongst people has been always a challenge. But we have took the intervention head on. You will recollect that IFAD. With IFAD, we organized various programs, and the whole focus was on organizing self-help group in the rural areas. So similar effort, if done, it can be achieved. This is a challenge. There is no shortcut, as I said. But has any measure been taken, having been confronted with this very low number of outcome in spite of the programs? Whether any what is considered as an appropriate intervention to overcome this challenge has been done or not?
Mr. Speaker, sir, the suggestion made by the member is very valid and points noted by me. And yes, of course, from time to time, from the municipal, we are trying to make the awareness program, request them to come forward to form this new SHG, sir. So we are trying to make awareness, to request them to come forward so that at least there will be more self-help group will be coming in future.
The Speaker, sir.
Sir, I'll just supplement to what the Honorable Deputy CM has mentioned, and correctly mentioned by the LO, that a lot of effort has gone in the past many years, and because of that we have seen the results in the rural areas. As I said, the self-help groups numbers have gone up from 5,000 to now 51,000 plus, and we've seen the success there. But there is quite a bit of difference in urban and rural. And I was trying to explain that earlier, that in the urban areas, because of the different responsibilities and the different overall life in urban areas, much more hectic, much more active, and it is not always possible to bring people together. The challenges are different and challenges are more in a way in the urban areas. But in the rural areas, because of the community-based approach that we have in the rural areas, we are able to implement it in a much more smoother manner, and we've been able to overcome the challenges which we face there. So therefore, we have seen the success in the rural. Urban, we have faced problems. We are doing our best, and continuously we're engaging with the people, but it's not as simple. But we will continue, sir, and we hopefully with this additional amount that Government of India is going to sanction now, and also with the CM Elevate program where we'll dovetail it with the NULM scheme, we hope that we'll be getting better response from the self-help groups in the urban areas also.
Mr. Speaker, sir, appreciate the reply and also the overall amplified reply by the Honorable CM. But here I think it will be appropriate for us to really take cognizance of this huge, I should say, it's something which is reflective of us not being able to overcome the constraint and challenge. Therefore, I am asking whether any special intervention, since the normal approach has failed, if we say that this is our best, we have tried our best, and the outcome of best is this, then it is very pathetic. So I don't think we have tried our best. We can still try. So may I get a categorical assurance from the government that having been confronted by this challenge, we will embark upon something extraordinary special, let some brainstorming session be done by the minister in charge, the CM in charge, and find out a way forward.
Sir, again, as mentioned, that the amount that was there under the NULM was only 10,000. Under the NRLM, the amount was higher with 2,500 plus another 1,10,000 something for the revolving fund. For the community, investment fund. So therefore, the incentives are higher in the rural areas, and maybe Government of India programmed it in such a manner, and hence we got a better response out there. To answer to the question of the Honorable LO, that we have been able to now, as I said, have programs like the CM Elevate, like the food processing programs that we have, where we're helping specific self-help groups to come up and to be able to create employment opportunities. So hence, to answer the question, yes, interventions are planned. CM Elevate, the different programs under the homestays, the different programs under the agriculture department, all of these are being added additionally to the self-help group NULM program for the urban areas to motivate and incentivize the different self-help groups to be more active and many more to be formed. And I'm pretty sure, sir, that we will get a positive response, and we are happy to examine and get suggestions from everybody. And I would urge, especially the MLAs of the urban areas, that some support and mobilization from the urban MLAs also, if that can be done, we should be able to move things further. So I'm positive, sir, that in the coming days, like we have seen the huge success of NRLM, where we started, as I said, with 5,000 groups, and today we are at 51,000 groups. I'm very sure, sir, with these interventions, we will see the numbers going up in the urban areas also.
Mr. Speaker, sir, one more information I would like to have is, since this information is for the whole, the urban area in the whole area of the state of Meghalaya, now may I know from the Honorable Deputy CM this total cumulative number of 510 SHGs that has been formed and registered? Which are the areas of urban areas that has been covered? In as far as these 510 SHGs are concerned, these are from which areas? Shillong, Tura, Joai, and which other urban areas?
Mr. Speaker, sir, in Bagmara there are 25, and in Joai is 1, and Disubel Para is 8, Shillong is 13, and Tura is 37, William Nagar is 18, sir.
Tura?
Tura is 37, sir.
See, Mr. Speaker, sir, why I have asked this specifically is because if we do the mapping of the habitations, the localities, Tura has so many areas where we have poverty-stricken families. So also Shillong. Shillong has number of habitations, neighborhoods, where we have substantial number of poverty-stricken families. And in view of that reply for other interventions supported by the government, see, this is a program which is supported by Government of India, so we can resort to convergence mode of intervention, so that the fund which is otherwise seem to be unattractive may be somehow taken care of. So convergence approach has been one of the mantra of the government from the successive governments. We have embarked upon this, and funds are available for different livelihoods under different initiatives. So I think the approach should be to converge and make this program attractive by leveraging upon whatever fund is coming from Government of India.
Before you ask your next question, I think
Mr. Colonel, actually, I stand corrected, sir. I made a mistake, actually. That's not the correct figure. The correct figure is already now. So actually, it's in Bagmara is 17, sir. 70, yeah, and Joai is 19. And the Subel Para is 35. And Shillong is 115. In Tura is 198, sir, not 37. And William Nagar is 70, is come to 510.
Sir, just one more supplementary.
you have only finished
Only one,
5.
please. It is a serious matter of grave concern.
Please.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for the opportunity. Thank you. So we really cannot afford to see that our beloved youth, we are going to lose more and more. They are moving out from our state because of lack of opportunity. And this SHG also is purely involved with the domestic workers. So I just want to make one last supplementary before conclude.
Please,
winding up
please,
this.
please come to your question.
Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, to you, Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to know this enhancement which had been made a proposal from the central government, whether it will be in the form of a loan or will be in the form of a grant.
In the form of grant, sir, not loan.
Habatin, pej bahagi kishap, kashap plus F.
Ka plus F?
Hakabam bangibam dunaki eki bataya kamet. Namar kata habathiru atau kau kamlu ka umpnyang kadut pej ya kashap plus F hakajing som. Yaki nutrient kum ki vitamin bat ka iron la ai khan diat bat ka bathau bha kam khta I ka dur jing ki mar bam ka jing mat la ne ka rukom shed yaki
Balehi banai kita.
ka don ka we ka jing mentoi ba kongsan ka kot ka kia ka nutrition ba khambha ka jing im ba khambha pendon kam daki mar ba modon ka sharp plus f menta ka sngi
Lawan Ra Shafi Lingba ko office jong Commissionerate of Food Safety Meghalaya